Okay, update on the lock cylinders for the R1200GS Adventure all years. The lock cylinders, when they're ordered from the dealer by VIN number, they come already keyed, of course, to the VIN so that the dealer doesn't have to rekey them. The wafers are all pinned in place by a horizontal pin going through the lock itself, locking everything together. And when they do that, it locks in the lock wafer, so it cannot be removed as it could be in a conventional lock. So when you go to remove that lock cylinder, because I believe that's where the pin is, you can't pull down the lock wafer on, let's call it, the right side with the wafer pointing upwards. So you have to work to the left. Found that out today. So in this case, on this case, it's upside down, and so with our standard lock removal tool, inserted the standard depth. When you put it in, if you twist the tool counterclockwise to bring the wafer down, you just won't do it. The pin is there, and it won't allow the pin to move. The wafer to move. And you'll spend 20 minutes like I did trying to figure out why it isn't moving. So because I do have the key, I pulled the lock cylinder out, tried to take it apart to find out what was going on, and was able to determine that these were in fact ordered from BMW by the dealer by VIN number, because none of the wafers would come out. And so again, everything is pinned in. So I went to the other side, and you can insert the tool normally, but you have to work on the left side of the locking wafer. And again, that's with the bag resting upside down, and I'm left-handed, so that wasn't a problem for me. So you insert the tool to the proper depth, you find the channel that it's supposed to rest in, raise it up, you turn it clockwise, and then you'll just drag down on the tool. This is not actually me doing it because there's nothing to support the bag. This is just demonstration purposes. So then when you get it at the top of your stroke, when it's turned, you'll bring the wafer downward. And with these, you need a little outward pressure on the tool, which is different than any other bag. And again, these bags are the most difficult to work with, but it can be done with patience. And so as you twist the tool, when it's in the correct position, you're going to be working on the left-hand wall of the locking wafer to pull it down, and the lock cylinder will come out, and then you can deal with it then, whether you replace them. If they're not pinned at the factory, then you can replace the wafers and pin it to your bike or whatever you're going to do. But that way at least you can get it out. And again, this video is primarily for when you don't have a key and they are locked. So I'm fidgeting with it here just because I want to show that I can do it. I've done it twice already. But that's the story on that. So it can be done. You know, honestly, if I was struggling with this, because there are 6 to do, I would seriously consider just taking a small body shop slide hammer with a big machine screw and inserting it in the lock and using a slide hammer to just bang the locks out. And what you're going to do is the locking wafer is made of brass or very thin steel, and you'll just distort that and render it useless. Pull that out, the lock cylinder out, and then you're just going to replace the lock cylinders anyway. So you've got to buy 6 of them. If memory serves, you have to buy a set of 8, which is cheaper than buying them individually, and then you can order them already keyed to your VIN number from BMW, or you can buy the set that isn't and key them yourself. That's really the easiest option. That is going to cost you $100, $150, maybe more, but it's going to get you use of your bag. So if your bags are locked and you have no key, if you have endless patience, you can use the tool, get them out, rekey them, whatever you have to do. Or again, I would just really consider buying one of those lightweight body shop slide hammers with the machine screw sticking out. Pop it in, screw it in there as far as you can, and then with several attempts you'll pull this out and it won't damage the bag. So that's a suggestion on how to do it. Anyway, that's the end of that. So I will go on to do another video when I can secure the bag or get somebody to hold it for me to show it being done with the tool, and then I'll give some specs on the tool itself. Thank you.